Hey, good morning, Cougars. Actually, for sixth grade, this may be in the afternoon. For sixth period students, this may be in the afternoon. Things have changed since Friday, and we got word on Friday that a bunch of us, including myself, are going to be away from school for a bit, and not what we expected for sure, but we're learning as we go through this year that things come at us that we're not always prepared for, and we adjust accordingly. So as best I can, we're going to continue on with our lessons. I know that some of you will be in person there at Res, and we'll load the lessons into Canvas as best I can and continue to move forward. I'm recording this actually Sunday evening, and we'll post it in Canvas. We're going to continue on with our study of adding and subtracting rational numbers. It's section 1.5 in your book. But before we dive into the math, I want to share something. I've got a text this evening from Coach Van Winkle, the high school football coach, and it struck me because he's spot on that as we go through this, sometimes we wonder how in the world, Lord, can you throw one more thing at us, and how can we deal with one more situation in this altered year already? And I want to share a scripture that he shared with us, and I thought it was pretty important. It comes from the book of James. It's actually James 1, first chapter in James, verse 2 through 5. And it reads like this, guys. Consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials. Isn't that true? Because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its full effect, so that you may become mature and complete, lacking nothing. Now, if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given to you. It's really hard to make sense of this. You know, I believe there's better than 3/4 of us as seventh grade away from school for a bit of time. Nobody's fault. It's just one of those situations, and we'll get through this. But when you get to the end of your own understanding of things, make sure that you reach out to God, and I'll certainly keep all of you in my prayers as we go through this. I want to post a quick video, guys. We're moving on in Canvas. Check in Canvas. I put September 21st, first day of Q school. In golf, if you're a golfer, you know that as qualifying school, but this is quarantine school. Our math lesson is in section 1.5 of Big Ideas, the dynamic classroom. Go down to dynamic classroom, and I'd like you to do these things. I'd like you to do the warm-up, the explorations and key ideas. I think it's labeled in there, explorations, and then there's three sets of try-its. I think the first set has 3 problems. The second and third ones have 2 problems each. But essentially, guys, it's no different from what we've been doing. Subtracting rational numbers is the same as our subtracting our integers. And let me give you an example. If we were subtracting integers, we would do something like this: -4 minus a -2. And what we learned was we want to convert each one of those subtraction problems to an addition problem. So we would have -4 plus. We're going to change it to addition problem and add the opposite. Add the opposite. All right. So in this case, -4 on my number line. I go back here 1, 2, 3, 4. -4 is my first arrow going backwards. My second one is going forward 2. I end up here on -2. My answer is -2. Or if I want to do it with the absolute value, I look at what's the absolute value of -4. Well, it's 4 spaces. What's the absolute value of 2? It's 2 spaces. I take I subtract, I find the difference because the signs are different. I find the difference. 4 minus 2 is 2. And my answer is going to have a negative sign because the greater of those 2 numbers with the absolute value has a negative sign. So we're going to do the same thing when it comes to fractions or decimals. In the first example, or one of the examples they show in there, is -4, and you'll see this when you work through it. -4 1/7 minus 5/7. So -4, let me switch colors here real quick. -4 1/7 minus 5/7. I want to make sure I got that right. Minus 5/7. Well, this is about, I'm going to guess this is about -4 minus 1. So it's going to be about -5. -4. I'm going to take away another one or add a -1. So it's going to be about -5 is about where my answer should be. That's going to be my estimate. Let's do this together here, guys. So -4 1/7. And now I'm going to add, change it to addition problem, the opposite. The opposite of 5/7 is -5/7. Now, since both numbers, both fractions, have the same sign, they're both negative, I'm combining two negative numbers. So on my number line, I'm going to go, here's my 0, I'm going to go with this -4 1/7, and then I'm going to go a -5/7. So I'm going to end up down here. So now I just have to add those two numbers together and give my answer a negative sign. They're both going to the left of 0. I'm going to give my answer a negative sign. 4 1/7 plus 5/7. All right. So I'm gonna just leave this as 4 1/7 rather than convert it to an improper fraction. I have my whole numbers. I have a whole number here. So 4 plus 1 is 4, or 4 plus 0 is 4. 1/7 plus 5/7. 1 plus 5 gives me 6/7. 4 and 6/7. I'm just combining this 1/7 with those 5/7. I get 6/7. And because both were negative, here, my answer is -4 and 6/7. Work through those examples, guys. I will post on, for Tuesday's lesson, we'll do some sort of review. Wednesday was supposed to be our MAPS testing. It doesn't appear that we're going to be able to pull that off remotely. Hang in there. I'll post daily updates to Canvas on what you're expected to do each day. But for today, work through those, in the dynamic classroom on Big Ideas, work through the warm-up, the explorations / key ideas, and then those 3 sets of triads. I love you. Stay healthy. Keep doing your part to beat this virus down, guys. And then hopefully we'll see each other back in school soon. Take care.